Hello, hello. Um, I am new to this live stuff, y'all, so I'm gonna just start yapping until someone joins and asks me some stuff. And if you hear some noise in the background, that is my dishwasher. But yeah, I just wanted to have like an open space for people to speak because I know some people have been commenting a lot of stuff and I don't want to have to make a video to respond to every single comment. So if there's anything anyone wants to know or ask or get some type of clarification on, this would be a great time to ask. So yeah. But my personal opinion on everything that's been happening lately, I definitely feel like I called this and I don't think it's gonna stop anytime soon. And I feel like, and the whole thing about like the whole doxing thing with people trying to treat me like, oh, what do you look like? I never said I was a faceless channel. I'm just lazy. And I've been wanting to start a YouTube channel with a face for a very long time. So I might actually, I don't know if I want to do it on this channel, but I might create like another channel or something. Same thing with like my woo woo content. I know y'all said just post it here, but there's so much stuff where I'm like, oh, this isn't going to make sense posting a video like this and then a video like that. Um, so there's a couple other channels I've been thinking about making for different type of content. But yeah, I never said I was a faceless channel. I never said that I would never show my face or anything like that. So the people trying to threaten me by doxing me never gave two shits. Um, and I have no problem showing my face or anything like that. I know some people have like jobs and stuff, but where I work, that's not an issue. And I wouldn't say anything that there's nothing I would say on this app that I wouldn't say to my mother, you know? So that was never really a problem for me. But I do find it so weird that that's the first thing people want to do is dox somebody. Like, that's so odd, especially if you know that you're a faceless channel yourself. Like, that's so weird to me. And even with the whole like linking up with the other exotical shit, I'm like, oh yeah, she's definitely on her P's and Q's. Another thing that Chrissy said that got me when she posted the video like with the Michael Jackson meme and stuff, the moon was in Cancer. And I'm only bringing that up because she said she wouldn't post another video until like the sun was in Cancer. And I'm like, I wanted to tell EU, girl, you better have some prayer warriors. You better have you some because this is definitely like some spiritual shit. But yeah, I'm waiting for you guys to ask me some questions. So if there's anything I want to ask, just let me know. Also, I'm new to StreamYard too. So if anybody knows how to use this shit, please let me know. I finally figured out how to go live, but I still want to do like reaction videos and stuff. But oh, I got a comment. How do you feel about ignorance around the exotical talking points? I mean, I feel that way, but that I feel about any type of ignorance. If you're really passionate about something and someone's really ignorant about it, it can irk you, but that's where you educate people. But when people don't want to be educated, that's where it becomes like you're talking to a wall. So I think you should have patience with people and try to get people to understand where you're coming from. But if someone's already made it up in their mind that you're the bad guy, there's really no point in explaining yourself. Like, you're gonna be talking to a wall. And also, I don't know if I told you guys this yet, but I was on a debate team when I was in middle school. And I miss it so much because I feel like when you have like the proper group of people and everyone's passionate about a topic, people can speak about it and not like get in their feelings. You know you've won an argument when someone doesn't even care about proving themselves right. They just want to prove you wrong. That's how you know you've won an argument. Or when they start attacking you personally or how you look. So there's a lot of ignorance. That was a really good question, though. because it can be really frustrating, especially when you have like good intentions. But yeah, that's my opinion on that. You said I definitely feel like they are ignoring. Yeah, it's really frustrating because for two people to even have an argument in the first place, there has to be some type of passion. You have to feel something about why you're speaking. And I always say that even if at the end of a debate, if you disagree with someone, it almost feels good because this person is just as passionate as you are. And if you have two different oppositions, that means like that person keeps you on your toes. Like whatever they disagree with you with, now you're finna go do research. And if you were wrong about something, now you can correct it. Now you're better. So at the end of the day, discussions and debates are supposed to bring clarity, not just, pointing fingers at another person. Like you don't get anywhere doing stuff like that. Hmm. I get attacked for existing, especially at work. Get a job, they said. Oh, that sucks. I feel like that's the worst, y'all. Y'all should really try and I know it's easier said than done, and there's so many different ways to make passive income, but it's so worth it. It's so worth it because me personally, I've told y'all I'm an introvert. I have a problem with authority. I'm an Aries, so I really don't play that shit. If I don't respect someone, it's hard for me to listen to what they say. You know. So I don't know. We guys should really try some passive income. Everyone's not meant to be an entrepreneur, but there's so many ways to make extra money. Where I think even Exoticals United said that she didn't stay at jobs too long. She would be applying for another job at another job. So that's something you should definitely consider because that shit feels like hell. Like that shit, I hate that feeling. Getting up, going somewhere, trying to try your best, and this person is just treating you like shit. Like that's awful. I would hate to be in that position. And I think Exoticals United does have some videos on advice if you are in that situation, like if you work corporate or something like that. Um, Especially if you're a pretty girl, I know it's really hard. I think that's why I might do another video on ugly privilege because I'm not gonna say dress down. You should be able to be your greatest self at work and not get picked on. But when I was in that position, I would just dress down. I wouldn't, I'm a natural introvert. So if you're not an introvert, this might not work for you. But I don't know. I really avoided people at work because people at work would pretend to be your friend and try to get you fired and shit. So unless I wouldn't do something with somebody unless I saw them doing it too. Like I smoke weed, so if I want to smoke a blunt on my lunch break, I wouldn't smoke around them unless they did it first. So yeah, you really got to be on game at work, which is so frustrating, especially if you're doing something you don't have a passion for. So I would definitely suggest that. Do something you have a passion for so that even if there are assholes there, you don't give a shit because you're doing something that makes you happy. Speaking of a blunt, I'm gonna spark up right now. So this will be a good time to ask y'all crazy questions and get it out the way. I feel like I've always been an open book. Um, and again, I never said I was a faceless channel, so dox me. I don't give a fuck. Um, and I was just listening to that Big Sean song, so I don't give a. So yeah, I never said that. So and I really, would you guys want me to start another channel, or should I just do everything? Because people said do everything on this channel so you can get the views and stuff, but I'm kind of like a perfectionist. I have a lot of Virgo in my chart, and I feel like it won't make sense. Like, I feel like if I go from talking about colorism in one video and spirituality in this video and my makeup in the next video, it won't make sense. And I'm thinking, should I have separate channels for everything, or is that stupid? So I would appreciate y'all's advice on that. I feel like a repeating person. I keep asking the same question, but I just feel like I don't know if I should do it or not. I mean, I do care about the views, but I feel like I want it to make sense more than anything. I want to know 10 years from now, this shit still makes sense and it ages well. So I think that's what I'm worried about the most. Mm-mm-mm. So we got three viewers. If y'all got any questions, let me know. I wanted to do like a Q&A because I know I got like some new people to my channel, and I know you're not supposed to care what people think about you. And to a degree, I kind of don't, but I don't like being misunderstood. If you don't like me for something that is true, then I don't know, charge it to the game. But if you don't like me for something that's not true, I do kind of take offense to that. And I have no problem explaining myself if I feel like I've been misunderstood. So that's kind of what this live is for. Oh, I got another comment. Hi, girl. Hey, boo. I love the content you have made. Thank you so much. And I really mean that because a lot of the conversations I have on here are conversations that I've tried to have in real life. And even if someone's like agreeing with me 99%, they'll be like, but da 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 da. And I feel like I never really get my point across. So when y'all say stuff like that, I really do appreciate it. And if there's anything that you want to see, just let me know. But sometimes it gets a little frustrating talking about the same stuff over and over again, you know? So that's why I wanted to start making like other content as well. Hmm. He said, I understand I get the same reaction. Oh, it's the worst. Damn. Yeah, I've definitely been in that situation where somebody don't even have a point. They don't even want to be right. They just want to prove you wrong. And I think even Chrissy said something like that. Like there's something about her that make people like want to stalk her or whatever. Girl, I got it too. That shit. That's why I try to be like sensitive. And even when Chrissy and Exotic Culture 90 first got into it, I was trying to be as unbiased as possible. I was taking away points. If you did some woozy shit, I'm like, you lost a point. Chrissy, you get a point. I was trying to be fair. But I feel like then she did the whole reverse psychology. So I'm like, damn, bitch, now everything I say reverse psychology, that basically mean everything I say don't matter. And that's why I was like, oh no, this is caught. But yeah, I still got love for everybody though. I feel like everybody makes really cool points, and for most importantly, the points are coming from a good place, which is wanting to be proud of who you are. Um, Hola, aloha. Ooh. I always wanted to go to Hawaii, but I saw that there was something that happened there, like an earthquake or something, and they told people not to come. So I was like, oh, I won't go. I'll just try to like donate or something. But I always wanted to go. Um, I actually got into it with a black woman online. She started coming after ambiguous black women, calling them ugly, and always wanting to be white and defending them. Oh, that sounds so insane. Make encouraging content, good to be neutral. Um, I don't consider myself neutral. I feel like neutral is a cop out. If you don't stand for anything, you'll like a flip flopper or oh like I'm not in it, like I'm not that type of person. If two of my friends get into it, I don't believe in being neutral. We're gonna sit down and we're gonna doctor fill it out. You speak your piece, you speak yours, we find a way to compromise and we move on. I don't believe in being neutral. I feel like that's a cop out for people that don't want to get involved. I don't want to be like that type of person, but I do get what you mean, like not being, too die hard on any side, which I try not to do because I didn't want to come off biased. Mind you, I identify as a black woman, and she straight up told me I was an exotic. I was so confused because I did think I was. Oh yeah, well, um, I am a monoracial, and I've been, if y'all watch my other videos, you would know I'm very pro-black. I was raised like y'all don't even know. I probably do a whole nother video on my childhood and how that was, but I definitely understand that because it's like, especially when you're super pro-black, it's almost like an insult. And I've never done like a DNA test or anything. Um, but whenever like a guy would say, so not even just guys, I've had, older women think that I was their race, but guys would be like, "Oh, what are you mixed with?" And I'd be like, "Blackity, blackity, black." I wouldn't even consider anything else because I wanted it. I wanted to. I don't know. I wanted to represent my people, and I learned about slavery at a really young age, and not just the cotton picking, the real shit, the House of Horrors shit. If you ever heard about Nat Grease, I'm not gonna get into that because it's really dark and fucked up. But if you know what Nat Grease is, you know where I'm going with this. So the horrors of slavery really fucked with me. And I used to hate white people. I'm probably gonna get canceled for saying this, but I used to hate white people. I used to think all white people were skinheads and the Aryan race and shit like that. So like I grew up super pro black, y'all. So when people would say, "Oh, you look Asian, you look like this, you look like Nicki Minaj," I kind of took it offensively, you know? And even like when it comes to my skin tone, I would say like, "Oh no, I'm brown skin." I would never let someone call me light skin, even though I am, which is insane. So finding these articles ignited content. It was really refreshing, and it really gave me a lot of missing puzzle pieces to something that I had been looking at for so long and never saw the other side of it. So that was really important to me. I do get standing for what one believes in. Yeah, I'm an Aries, so that's super important to me. I know every sign has their own morale, but Aries are really serious about stuff like that. We have like a huge hero complex. I never hated white people because I always grew up in predominantly white spaces. I was definitely from the suburbs, but there were black people. But I did go to like white schools and stuff. Mind you, that's more like when I was a child. Once I became a teenager, I was the typical suburban black girl. Most of my like first couple boyfriends were white and stuff like that. And even like how I speak now, I kind of like we'll get into like identity and stuff later, but how I used to speak when I was younger was definitely more quote unquote white. People would call me an Oreo all the time. I was emo. I listened to a lot of rock bands and stuff like that. So I'd started, fucking with white people a little bit, but I was still on my power to the people shit. So it took me a long time to realize, and I don't want to say this like in a mean way, but it took me a long time to realize that black people are in the position that they're in for a reason, and we can get into the history of that later as well. But um, and some things are just horrific. I already told you how I feel about certain things and racism and stuff, but some shit is just like niggas where they at because that's where niggas want to be. And at some point, you got to stop blaming a white man for that. So I got over that pretty quick, but I just wanted to emphasize like how much I do care about the black community as a whole, all of us, whether you're mixed or not. Even I was taught about slavery very young. Mm. I heard they're not going to teach kids about slavery in school no more. Do y'all agree with that, or you feel like they should take it out? Like, at all, though. I feel like maybe they shouldn't do it so young, but they should definitely learn about it. I feel like even when we was in school, they barely taught us. Mind you, when we was in school, they taught us about Rosa Parks, Martin Luther King. When I was at home, getting because my mom used to give us tests, bro. She would make us watch all these documentaries and test us on like black culture and shit like that. So that's how I was raised, y'all. So I grew up on Malcolm X. I didn't grow up on Martin Luther King. I grew up by any means necessary. So on some Black Panther shit. Um, my mother, she actually met Afeni Shakur, who was one of the members of the Black Panther community, and she's the mother of Tupac Shakur, the late rapper. um, so I've been a part of this community for a very long time. Mm, I've always been called an Oreo since I love a lot of white music, anime, rock. Girl, I know. I know. I'm glad that that stuff is like normalized now, and there's a lot of black girls that do cosplay and stuff, and even like the Disney movies, like having a black Ariel and a black Tinkerbell. I think that's so cool because now when you cosplay, you're not black Tinkerbell, you're just Tinkerbell. So I love that. That's my dog in the backyard. If y'all hear that, hold on. I'm actually gonna put him up. Um, school is in great need. And I feel like they shouldn't teach slavery young, but it should be talked about because most children are ignorant. And sometimes that creates a lot of issues socially. Definitely. I definitely agree to that. Good teaching. Oh yeah. Yeah, teachers they didn't give up. The teachers they're gone. They're going on strike. They've been doing that for years actually. It's just so sad. And some of the kids be beating up the teachers. Whew. So I don't know. And then they got the AI where they wanna turn, teachers into AI and stuff like that. So I don't know. I'd be feeling bad for like the school system and stuff like that. Mm. Well, I definitely agree that it should be taught, but later on, and I think when it comes to like college and stuff like that, the true like horrific things that happen should be taught because like I don't know, slavery was so fucked up, y'all. And I'm not even trying to be funny right now, and I hope I don't get canceled for this because like Jewish people don't play. But I was so annoyed when Jewish people try to like compare the Holocaust to slavery. Like, wasn't the Holocaust 4 years? Wasn't slavery like 400? Didn't y'all get reparations? We never got our 40 acres and a mule. So I don't know. They got my pro black y'all. But I just always find that shit so fucked up. Because slavery was so much worse than people made it out to be. That shit was so fucking scary. And a lot of people try to downplay that shit like it was just picking cotton. Like that was like some spiritual shit. Shit was really fucked up. So I definitely think people should be taught about it in detail, but probably like later on in life and stuff. What's up, Blazing King? AI is scary. It's so scary. I heard they be making AI porn of people. Oh my god, they're so freaky. Homeschool? Yeah. Yeah, I don't have any children, but homeschool would definitely be an option for me, especially when they're young and their brain is getting developed. I would want them to like know the real of the world, and then once they're older, they can figure out, the game of life and how to play it. But I would definitely consider homeschool, at least until they're like maybe like until they like maybe they hit puberty. I feel like once you hit puberty, you need to be in the real world so you know how to survive. And it's taking of music art teachers. Yep, the AI. Mm-hmm. So creepy. I know a lot of artists, even like actors, fighting for their likeness and stuff like that. Which celebrity your guys get mistakes? What do you mean by that? Can you elaborate on that for me? Mm. No, this shit's so ghetto. And I don't know. I feel like some of this like and then Chrissy says something that I cannot stop thinking about. She brought up like EU's mother wounds or whatever, and I feel like in a spiritual way as a whole, that's what all this shit is about. Like you got to dig a little bit deep. I'm not blaming nobody's mama, but even when it comes to like us girls like being catty and stuff, having these type of conversations and not being able to like because I will never forget. Let's put it into perspective. I will never forget when Nicki Minaj and Cardi B first started beefing, and this was before she threw the shoe, when everything was still kind of maybe they could be friends. Nicki Minaj put out a tweet saying, "Hey Cardi, let's just wrap it out. You pick a place, I'll pick a time. Bring your security, I'll bring mine." And someone can pick a random topic and we can write a rap with a piece of pen and a piece of paper in front of everyone. And to really figure out who the baddest bitch, you know? And she denied that. Cardi, she didn't have to do it, but I just remember thinking how iconic that would have been. Like even if they didn't be friends, you don't got to be friends with everybody you work with, but how iconic that would have been for both of their legacies and all the talking points they wanted to prove, and how that's probably never going to happen, not for Cardi B and Nicki Minaj or for EU and Chrissy. And I'm not saying it has to. I'm just saying like how iconic would that be? If we all just went on live and had our own little reports and could do it like a real debate team and really talk this shit out. But no, people have to get catty and dox you and attack you personally and put words in your mouth and all the boring little catty female shit. So I found it interesting she brought up mother wounds because I feel like that a lot of people are coming from that place. Hell, even me. All the stuff I'm telling y'all was my mom teaching me all this pro black shit. And I told you guys that like if you guys seen the movie Baby Boy with Tyrese and Taraji P. Henson, my mama looked just like Taraji. My daddy looked just like Tyrese. People tell me I look like Nicki Minaj. So I just I just find this stuff. I always said if I get famous, they're gonna play my mom and my daddy in a movie. My grandma light skin, she high yellow. I'm not as light as her. I'm more like a light caramel. My grandma high yellow, and always she looked like Loretta Devine, and I was like, damn, if I could find a light skinned Loretta Devine, they go to cast right there. But yeah, just to get back like to the motherhood stuff. My mom's the one that put me onto all this, and I think that's like she has natural hair, she has locks that go down to her waist. She's very beautiful. Um, I always wanted to look like her. She has these big eyes, and when I was a little girl, there weren't any black princesses. So who I looked up to was Jasmine, and I have more like Asian eyes. They're like kind of squinted, like, and I never really liked it. My mom has these huge, big bug eyes, and like when you're doing your eyeshadow, some people they have like hooded eyes, so when they put their eyeshadow on, you can't even really see it. She has these big eyes with this huge lid, and I always found her so beautiful. So I always wanted to look like her. And I remember putting Vaseline on my body and sitting outside so I could tan. This was the early 2000s when I was a kid, so tanning was a thing. And I always wanted to look like my mom. And I never really liked the way I looked. And I remember when I was little, one time, this is when I first realized that me and my mom don't look alike. Like, I just wanted to be like her. I didn't really understand we didn't look alike until someone had actually told me that. Because a lot of people say I look just like my mom. So, but I guess the difference is I'm more racially ambiguous than her, but she's, maybe a more chocolatey version of me. Her nose is a lot bigger than mine. And I remember one time I was like trying to make some friends at school and it just didn't work out. And I remember her telling me like I should be confident and she wishes that she was pretty like me. And I remember thinking, what? You don't want to look like Princess Jasmine. And I remember her saying like when she was my age, she just wished that her skin was just a little bit lighter and her nose was just a little bit slimmer. And I just felt so bad. Like I remember feeling like so bad and I was really young. So like I've been like, whatever you want to call it, pro black empowerment. I've been like this for a long time. And I already said that I feel like I still am. I'm not gonna stop caring about black people because you think I'm a colorist. Like fuck you. Like what do you mean? So I'm still pro black. I can be pro black and an exotical. Um, but yeah, so I really appreciated Exoticals United's content because it really gave me like perspective to like my looks because again like I said I was a nerd, y'all. I was on a debate team. I wasn't really into like social cliques or anything like that, and I didn't realize that the way you look, especially in the black community, can play a way to how people view you. So I was completely missing that, and she definitely gave me that missing piece. So whether people try to dox her or not, like I'm gonna support her. We don't got some comments. I'm just sitting here yapping on celebrity lookalike. um Someone said, I actually, I wonder if I can find the messages, but I actually asked a whole bunch of people because I think EU said something like that, like go ask someone who they think you look like celebrity wise, and I did it, and everyone of course said, and I knew everyone was going to say Nicki Minaj, so I stated the question. What celebrity do you think I look like except for Nicki Minaj? And some people were like, no, just her. But someone else said Taraji. And I was like my ex-boyfriend that said that. So he's known me, my face like for a while. And I was like, that's so funny. People say my mom looked like Taraji. Um, but yeah, so probably Taraji P. Henson, Nicki Minaj. This one white lady told me I look like Jennifer Hudson, but I don't think I look like her. I think she's just another pretty black girl, and she said I look like her. But yeah, people say I look like Lloyd. Mm, he's so fine. I always love Lloyd. She's fine too, but I want. That was my shit. Um, that's one reason I am here. Real human connection. Oh, that's so sweet. Yeah. Wouldn't that be so nice if everybody could just get along? Wouldn't it? Are you a Nicki Minaj fan? Am I a Nicki Minaj fan? Pull up in Sri Lanka. Yes, I'm a Barb. I'm a big Barb. Which is kind of eerie. People have told me that. Like, it's weird that you're such a Barb and you look like her. Someone called me a clone one time. I was like, what the fuck? um, but yeah, you guys are so funny. It's just so fun. I gotta go live more. And I feel like it's easier to like connect and come off more human when you're live versus like just saying some shit in a video and posting it and hoping someone gets it. It's like arguing through text message. Someone's gonna misunderstand something. So it's a lot easier to talk like this. I love uniqueness. That's amazing. Some people don't. You'd be surprised. You would think everybody's like, "Oh, be yourself, be different." Nope. Some people do not like that shit. I remember when the Wednesday Addams TV show came out, everybody loved it. Everybody loved the quirky goth bitch that did whatever she wanted. But when I do it, I'm mean and I'm a bitch and it's a problem and you don't like me and you think I don't like you. Like what? If you like Wednesday Addams and she's mean about everything and negative and pessimistic, why can't I be? I don't know. Probably because I'm a black girl. When you're a black girl and you try to be like goth or like, moody, people just assume you're a bitch and you have an attitude. But let a white girl do it with some jet black hair and it's just goth. So I don't know. It makes them uncomfortable. Mm, sucks for them. Mm. Yeah, I think we've all been there though. Like, we all experience like jealousy or some type of like resentment towards someone. Maybe like not to the degree as other people, but everybody's been in that place where um maybe you're really shy and someone else is really outgoing, and you'd be like, oh, they're an attention seeker, they're an attention whore. They're a social climber. They're an extrovert. That's what they do. You're the one that's insecure about not being able to, do whatever it is you want to do. So sometimes people they take that too far, and instead of realizing there's something in them that they should change, they try to get other people to make them feel like they shouldn't be who they are. So it's really weird. Exactly. It's so refreshing to see someone else that gets that. Because, like I said, some people they don't even want to prove you. They don't even want to be right. They just want to prove you wrong. And some people, it's just like, oh, it's like you're talking to a fucking wall. You experience both. Most people do. Some people, it's just a different level. It's a healthy thing to experience some type of, something. It makes you better. That's why people say that their haters make them better. Your haters are your motivators because your haters are the only people who will like. You ever like post something on like Insta or Facebook or something, and there's that one person that never responds unless they want to argue with you, and you will be irritated the whole time. That person's making you better. That person is keeping you on your toes. They're the only person that's going to hold you accountable to yesterday you and make tomorrow you better. The people that love you will make you be complacent and tell you you're good. You don't have to lose any more weight. You don't have to make any more money. No, just stop right there. Your haters, you got back fat. Oh, you fucked up right there. They keep you on your toes. Makes your heart beat. No, for real. Hmm. Yeah. So do y'all have like any questions on like really anything really? It could be like a personal question. About like all the topics going on like in the community. Mm, mm. Yeah, this is nice. I'm probably gonna go live more. I probably have to like schedule it because the thing with being live, I mean, I guess people can still view it after. I wonder if people can still view the video after I go live. Um, but I wanted it to be like an open discussion so that everybody could like ask questions and stuff. So I'll probably like schedule one so that anybody that wants to join can join. You said not like creator for creator. What is that? What does that mean? Mm. Yeah, I'll probably like schedule a video so that everybody can like come at the same time. Um, and if there's like if you are watching like the playback or something, just ask your questions in the comment section, and I'll probably just maybe do another live and try to like screenshot those so I can answer it then. Because some stuff is like sometimes when I make a video, people be like saying stuff in the comments that I'm like, I'm not gonna make a video for every single comment. So like, you know, just ask me here and I can get all that out there. You asked for questions, creator for creator. I'm still new to this. I don't really know like what all the terms mean and stuff. Um, I usually just use YouTube as like a viewer. I'm new to like the whole content creator thing. So I don't know what any of that means. I don't even know like what a mod is. Someone was like, I'm gonna make a mod for you. I'm like, what the fuck is a mod? I don't know. I don't really know like the behind the scenes stuff. Yeah, my bad. I'm sorry. Hopefully I'll get the hang of it. Mind you, I'm doing all of this on an iPhone. So I don't have like a computer or anything. I don't know anyone else personally that has a YouTube channel. And if they do, there's someone that I know one other girl that has one, and but she's been on YouTube for so long that like even when I was trying to get like stuff monetized and I had like they said like my content was like reused or something and I had to like fix that. She didn't know how to do that because she's been on YouTube for so long where when she signed up there was none of that. So I feel like if you're a new YouTuber, they make you jump through like a whole bunch of hoops and stuff. So I don't really know anyone else that's like on the same journey as me to be able to call and ask like what's this, what's that. I literally just figured out how to work StreamYard and I'm still trying to figure it out. Um I want to learn how to do reaction videos, like when people get on StreamYard and there's like a video and you can play the video. Because sometimes when I'm editing, I don't want to have to edit 50,000 clips and then give commentary. I want to be able to show you the video, pause it, talk shit, and then play the video back. And I notice that people usually do that on StreamYard. And I don't know if you can do that via mobile, but um, if anyone knows, just let me know. You've been going live all week. Oh, do you have a YouTube channel? And if you do, what is it about? Hmm. Yeah, I'm just gapping at this point, y'all. So I guess instead of questions, I can give some of my opinions. I feel like I already said everything I really feel about the latest news. I guess something else that's been like irking me is how hip hop hottie gone holistic. That sounds hot. Hold on. Say that 4 times. I like that name. That's cute. Um, that's so cute. I love that name. And it has like a lot of different things going on. Yoga dance. Ooh. I've never really tried yoga. And I'm not a good dancer. So maybe I should subscribe to your channel. Um that's another thing. Sometimes I feel like definitely like the Oreo black girl. And I feel like that's why I like they say guys with small dicks compensate with big trucks. Maybe um because of like my phenotype and stuff and the fact that people do consider me an Oreo if I'm not code switching. Maybe that's why I'm like so adamant on being like super duper pro black. I don't know. Because I saw a video that said ain't nobody more pro black than a light skinned person that don't want to be light skinned. I was like, yo, why is that shit so fucking accurate? And I thought about like anything really. If you look at all the founders and the CEOs, hell, the NAACP, I'm pretty sure it's a light skinned woman. So I don't know. I don't know. Do with that information what you will. But yeah, I'm gonna look that up, y'all, because I want to do more yoga. I want to be like more flexible, and sometimes exercising is just too much. So I think dancing is like a really cool, way to do that instead of sweating and stuff like that. Move into motivation. I need that. I definitely do. Um, I never played sports. I've never been a good dancer. I have 2 left feet. Um, I remember growing up, girls would like do like dance and stuff. Like, I don't know if y'all know the term get crunk with it, but we used to get crunk with it. And girls would just dance. I do like stomp the yard dancing and shit like that. I could never do it. So I would definitely enjoy your channel. You would have to go easy on me though, because I have 2 left feet. You probably get annoyed from teaching me. Um, my whole family been trying to teach me just certain black dances you just do at every cookout or family event and like to keep it shuffle and shit like that. I can't do it. I can't even play spades. I'm barely black. I think all shades are beautiful, definitely. All shades, hues, undertones, from ebony to ivory. All gorgeous. Mm. Okay, I'll keep you in mind. Please do. Yeah. Uh, uh, uh. Yeah, I've been getting a lot of new subscribers, so I just wanted to make this. If anybody feels like watching this, we're like 43 minutes in. Wow. Um, just to give some context to some of the stuff that I was saying, like in my videos, because when I make my videos, I try to like do it the same way I would in debate team, like put down like all of my objectives, everything I want to, points that I want to prove and stuff like that. And it can come off a little bit like harsh, I think sometimes. So that's why I like the live, so you can really like gauge my expression and how I feel about certain things. I feel like that goes a long way. It's not what you say, it's how you say it sometimes. And we're a bunch of girls, so we can get offended really easy. So I was just hoping that will like humanize my opinions a little bit more. My lives area different, but let me know what you feel. Mm. Wow, I can't believe I've been alive for like almost an hour. This was really more like a test. I didn't know how good it would go, but I definitely feel good about it to want to like do this again. Um, Because I like how like Ashira's videos are. Ashira 7, she doesn't do like just videos. She just goes live and she engages with people. And the lady that I told you guys that has a YouTube channel too, she does that too. She doesn't do like regular videos. She only goes live. And I feel like with certain conversations, certain people ask really good questions. You guys have been asking some really great questions, and that helps give so much context. So I'm definitely going to be doing like more live videos. I'll just have to schedule them so that people can pop in, like you say. um, yeah, this is so cool. So I'm probably going to record some videos tonight. Um, I have like some woo video ideas too. I'll probably just tell you guys now. Fuck it. There's this movie that I watched. It's called Blink Twice. Oh, y'all, this is a crazy movie. It's so crazy. Um, and it reminds me of another movie called Adios Bye Sweetheart. Thank you for joining. And don't forget about my hip hop class. I need it. But yeah, there's this video called Blink Twice. And it's so crazy. And it reminds me of this other movie. It's called Run, Sweetheart, Run, and both of the movies have like a lot of things in common spiritually. So I want to do like not like a review. I don't want to like spoil the movie too much, and I don't want to like report the whole thing. It's going to take forever, but I just want to like show you guys like some of the spiritual shit I saw in it and how it actually does relate not just to like colorism but like all of us in a way, like as women and as women of color. um and speaking of that, spiritually, colorism and racism makes a lot of sense. Not trying to get canceled here, but spiritually, that shit makes a lot of sense. There's I don't know the name of it, you can look it up, but there's this story about this evil black scientist who created white people. That's more like the guy's story. But if you listen to a lot of like female occultists or practitioners, witch doctors, priestess, whatever you want to call it, they have their own story on how white people were created and what the symbolic meaning of that is and what the symbolic meaning of biracial and multiracial ethnic people are. Have you ever noticed that the most mixed up groups of people, like when you think about colored people, Arabics, Creole, what do they all have in common? They're all MGM. And if you look at their spiritual practices, they be bussing. Like I don't even know how else to say it. Like they be I don't know if you guys are spiritual, but that shit is certain I'm a black American. So yeah, I got my little crystals, little candles, little whatever. But there's certain people I would never pick a fight with. Certain ethnic groups, they are very protected in the spiritual realm. Also, have you ever noticed that the countries that are like third world countries that are the poorest, like right now, were the richest millions of years ago because that's where all the natural resources are. Do you think that's a coincidence? So yeah, there's a lot of spiritual, undertones to colorism, racism, all of this shit. And there's so many movies and TV shows that have tried to like capture this. So I want to report on those too. But I feel like that will, and I'm so glad that Chrissy brought up everyone's zodiac signs because I'm going to dig so much deeper into this. If I had y'all's natal charts, it would be even deeper. If you don't know what a natal chart is, it's like you have more than one zodiac sign basically, and it explains everything, and it helps you like understand a person more and help them understand themselves. So there's a lot of spiritual undertone to like spirituality and racism, and I would love to dig deeper into that because a lot of times we're missing really crucial pieces of information to get the full picture, and if you look at everything logically, you won't get anywhere. It's the same thing with men. They say, oh, men are more logical, women are emotional. You're not logical. You just lack empathy, and you need that to make logical and rational decisions. So, a lot of us, even as women, are not that very in tune to our femininity and our spirituality. And sometimes we can get caught up in the physical in the man's world. I think that's where colorism really came from, was niggas. And that's why I'd be so mad that we be attacking each other instead of the people that deserve it. That's what really irks me with all this colorism stuff. Why are we attacking each other when we can link up and take down the people that deserve it? You know, like all the people that make videos, oh, preference to baby mama. Like, why would you even make a video like that if you know niggas ain't shit? And I will never forget. I think I brought this up in another video. Janelle Monae, she said something that never left me. It stuck with me. She said that if all women just closed their legs for about maybe a week, we could do anything. We could convince all men of anything. And I remember thinking, that's never going to work because there's always a bitch willing to sell herself short. And that's something else that's going to be in the Blink Twice and Run Sweetheart Run movies that I'm going to review. And I just remember thinking that, let's say if you guys know about like sex work and stuff, let's say if all sex workers decided coochie $500,000, period, there will always be a bitch willing to do it for $50. And I just remember thinking like, damn, like if only we could all get on the same page, we could take over the fucking world. That's what they don't want. But I know that's kind of like really deep, and a lot of people are they're just focused on you said this, you said that, oh, but you said that, no, but you said that, so they don't really want to like dig deep into it and really make this count. Like we're making all these videos. My watch hours have been going up. People are spending hours of their life that they can't get back on this topic, and you don't want to do something about it. You don't want to make it count. You don't want to get somewhere after having these type of discussions. The best thing about a real debate is that you get somewhere. Even if you disagree, this person has shared so much information with you that you're a better person because of it. And I just want these conversations to go somewhere. So we're definitely going to be digging into the spiritual and how all of this stuff connects. But yeah. Okay, yeah, spiritual. I'm glad y'all like it because I don't want to sound like I was nuts. So y'all got any more questions? I feel like I just start yapping. I was just talking. Yes, power to feminine divine. Yes, yes. And another thing with that, um, oh, sometimes I don't want to get canceled, y'all, because things that I say, I try to be very logical, and I try to have reliable resources. I don't know if you know what a bibliography is, but it's basically a document that has all your resources and where you got information from. And when you're doing a real debate, I'm thinking about going to law school too. So you kind of need like where your resources come from when you're putting out information. So when I'm having these debates, I try to be hi Princess Royale. I try to be as logical and rational as possible, but once I get into the woo-woo shit, there's no going back. So you're gonna have to take it with a grain of salt. You're gonna have to just, you know, take what you want, leave what you don't, because there's no way I can prove any of this to any of you. But it's just things that I've been studying for a really long time, and I saw a lot of pattern recognition and things that are just connected, and it's like, wow, like this is some information I really want to share, and hope that it helps people. So I'm definitely gonna be getting more into the spiritual, y'all. Nobody really answered my question. Should I post all the stuff I want to post on one channel, or should I make another channel? because I don't want it. I don't know. I feel like if someone to click, like, how the fuck you talking about colorism and now you talking about, boo boo shit. Like, I feel like sometimes it won't connect to some people. I don't know. The first option, so just post it here. Everybody keeps saying that. Okay, I'll stop being a scaredy cat. I'm gonna quit asking all the same fucking question. I'll stop being a scaredy cat. I'll just post it here. I was just like scared somebody would, like, I don't know, not take you serious. But I'll definitely just post it here then. I'll just give like a disclaimer at the beginning, like, take this shit with a grain of salt. But okay, well, since we're on the topic, fuck it. Dark skin is the most beautiful thing in the world. Fuck your opinion. It's the richest thing in the world. It's richer than gold. If you knew what the elites were doing with melanin, you would never argue this with me. Again, this is woo. I can't prove any of this, but it's the most sacred thing in the world. Dark skin. And I'm not trying to get super religious because I know some people that like spirituality hate, Jesus or whatever, but just hear me out. In the Bible, it says that Jesus, his skin was like brass and his hair was like wool. That is dark skin. That is 4C hair. So the fact that someone has convinced someone who was made in the eyes of the creator, allegedly, just hear me out, that they're not beautiful, that's a curse. That's a spell. That's a hex. That's some bad juju. Um, and when I said about the third world countries, about how the places with the most richest natural resources are the poorest somehow, that's not a coincidence. In my personal opinion, a long time ago, when the world looked like Pangea, what we know today as Africa was the Holy Land. Everyone knows it's the Mecca. People go there all the time. Um, And I believe now there's so many. This is just a story, and again, there's people tell this story in different ways. There's like the Hoteps that think it was some evil black scientists that created white people. There's the people in the middle that think they just came from the Caucasus Mountains and they didn't have, um, sun, so they look that way. And then there's like the more divine feminine story. I actually want to look up this lady because she explains it so well. So once I learn how to do reaction videos, I'm gonna react to that video because the way she said it is way better than how I can say it. And I don't want to just screenshot her content and repost it because you can get in trouble with YouTube for that. And I don't want her to think I'm like stealing her shit. So I just want to like react to it. But she explains this shit so well. You said don't be scared, be confident. Thank you for that. They force us to think and want us to believe Jesus is white, blind, but girl, I ain't never believe that shit. Jesus is a nigga, respectfully. As if it matters, because my personal opinion, this is gonna sound so out there, y'all, but race is a social construct. None of this is real. Credit score, fake. Race, fake. And this is controversial. And I'm not trans or anything. I am a part of the LGBT community. I'm bisexual, maybe pansexual, because I don't care about gender. I don't care about race. I do care about money. I ain't gonna lie. Don't come to me if you ain't got no money. But I don't really care about. I like women. Like I don't really care. Um, but this is my personal opinion on that. Gender is a social construct. Cause and this is some spiritual shit. So if you was raised like old fashioned and stuff, like you don't have to think about this too deep. But the way that someone can just go get surgery and become another gender, um, it let's just put it this way: thousands of years from now, let's just say, because I remember seeing a post. Ooh, I wanted to do a video on this. It was a video. It was like a picture of a racially ambiguous person. I think I have it in my catalog. I'll try to find it. But it was a picture of a racially ambiguous person, and the title said, "This is what everyone's gonna look like in 50 years," because everyone's like fucking people out there, race, passport bros, all that other shit. And I remember thinking, yo, thousands of years from now, there will be no race. There will be no gender. And is that good or is that bad? Will that bring us together or will it pull us apart? So a lot of this shit is spiritual, y'all. Like you really got to think about it. And going back to like dark skin and how sacred and how beautiful that is, I believe that Africa was like the Holy Land. And I don't know what it was, y'all. I wasn't there, but some shit went down. And the Divine Mother, I wish I could pull up this video for y'all. The Divine Mother of like Africa or whatever, she basically put like a curse on black men and said like what you've done to her will be done to your daughters for the next so 100 years or whatever. Any seed that you plant will not prosper. And it's like, damn, niggas really do be going through that, you know? And I always wondered, niggas be so jealous of black girls because black girls have certain opportunities black men don't. Black girls, we be going to college, getting degrees. I saw a post that said, how come when you break up with a bitch, she get a degree in a house next week? Because niggas be holding us back. And now we have all of this divesting. Only date white men, get a sugar daddy. And there's spiritual reasons behind all of this shit, y'all. Human or human or what? Who? You gotta elaborate on that for me. But yeah, there's like spiritual connotation behind pretty much everything if you want to look at it that way. And I don't know if the curse will ever be lifted. You can't say there's nothing else but that. Because I always wondered growing up when I was super pro black and I thought all white people were racist. That's what Malcolm X said. It is what it is. I always wonder, what did black people do to deserve this? What did black girls do to be treated like less than human? What did we do so that the whole world look at us like monsters? What did we do to deserve that? I always wonder, like, what was it? So I don't know what it was, but some shit went down. White people was created, and I think that's why the seeing a black woman with a white man is so like when people see that, lots of shit go on in their brains. We've seen it with Norris Smith and plenty of other girls. But when people see a black woman with a white man, something clicks for the better or for the worse. And I think that it's very symbolic because it represents like how and this is scientific. This is not woo woo. Black women have the Eve gene. You've all heard the black woman are the blueprint, and it's the truth. So, and then white men basically, and they tell like the story of like Adam. And I know I'm like jumping from like science to religion to movie, but you got to keep up with me here. When they tell the story of Adam and Eve, the man came first, and it's simply not true. Because if men came first, why do men have nipples? Think about it. Nipples are for women breastfeeding, meaning you came from us. Everyone knows that the clitoris everyone was an XX chromosome. Then it became XY. Everyone was a woman first. The woman was first. The penis is just an elongated clitoris. The ovaries drop into the testicles. We were all women first. And if we were all black first, that means black women are truly the blueprint of this world. And the reason why white men have conquered every country is because they're the opposite of that. There's spiritual reasons for all this shit. And I've been researching this stuff for a while. I just didn't know how to put it all together. No zoophilia, or however you spell it. I don't know what that is. Zoophilia? I gotta look that up. I gotta look. Is that the word you meant to say? Zoophilia? Yeah, I want to know what that is. That sounds interesting. But yeah, that's just my opinion on that. And yeah, sometimes I get overwhelmed making videos because I have so much stuff in my mind. I don't know how to piece it all together and make it make sense. So once I figure out how to do reaction videos, everything that I just told you guys, I can actually show you like proof and how I came up with all these conclusions. So you don't think I'm just pulling it out of my ass. But and who else are my sources and people that actually do this and that are biblical scholars that do work at certain colleges and have been studying this stuff for years. People that I go to for information and to consult things that I don't truly understand. Been researching this stuff for a while. It's when men or women have inappropriate relationships with animals. I don't want to know about that. Ain't that bestiality? Ugh, they gave me the heebie-jeebies. Mostly men though. Well, yeah, I bet. Um, oh my, yeah. Like what? Oh, I heard stories about that, bruh. I heard stories about that. They be fucking monkeys. There was a bus, and there was all different types of animals in it, and they checked the animals, and they all had sperm in it. Ugh, I feel like I'm about to puke. But yeah, men, they're a lost cause. Men are leaving women for goats. Ugh, man. Honestly, bro. And then have y'all heard that story about oh, this story is so sad. I don't want to cry on live. But there's a story of an Indian lady and She was a nurse, and at her job, rape and murder is an understatement. They brutalized her, and to the point to where her legs were so ripped open from them essaying her that they were like contorted in a way that your bones don't naturally go. Just to give you, yeah, you heard of that? Which I didn't, because I can never unsee that shit. But yeah, men are a lost cause. There's a spiritual reason for that too. It's so hard to explain. It has to do with the Big Bang. Well, before the Big Bang, and how initial spirits were created, and how I said that gender is a social construct. That's why a lot of times people be hating trans people or whatever, and some of them do be annoying me, and some of them are weirdos that do that to get close to women and kids. Not all, but people do take advantage of that. But for the real trans people, the real people who really feel like they're born in the wrong body, or they just happen to have both divine and masculine and feminine energy, they are sacred, and they've been across history since the beginning of time. The the physical body of a hermaphrodite or whatever has always been considered sacred, because it's the unity of the two spirits of masculine and feminine. And there's a reason why they were separated into two, so that we can have balance. There's a reason why, there's as above, so below. There's a reason for everything. You need one to have the other, or there would be nothing. So but when it comes to men, though, they're a lost cause, bruh. One of God's mistakes, bruh. And black men specifically, black men are never going to get better until they treat black women better, and that's the last thing they want to do. So I ain't gonna say I gave up all hope, but I ain't waiting for it. Indian laws are terrible. Men get away with everything already. Imagine living in India. India is a very spiritual place. A lot of people, when they first start spirituality, they do things like Buddhism, and different Chinese or Indian, because that's all like in China. They do different spiritual stuff there. There's a reason for that. The what in this I'm not trying to be like insensitive here, because I am a victim of SA, but there's a difference between drinking a little bit, she says, "Oh no," and you keep going, versus ripping someone's bones apart where they don't even look human anymore. That's some demonic shit. And one thing that I know about Indian religion is that they have so many different. A lot of people only know the female goddesses when it comes to Hindu religion. Kali, Ganesh. Can you name one male Indian god? They are meant to represent the divine feminine in a certain way, and they choose to defile her. That is some dynamic shit. And there's another one with a little girl, and I'm probably about to cry, y'all, because there was a little girl, and he put like rocks in her mouth so she couldn't scream, and turned and put water and put cement in her mouth, and like brutalized her to the point to where she didn't have any private part. You could look at her and just see her ribs, and then told her mother that she fell from a building, and now the mother is being attacked, and no one wants to help her. So India, mm, I don't know, man. Something's going on with the 4B movement over in China, and all the women saying that I don't want love anymore. I want money. Men are starting to get angsty, and they've always been like that, but it's definitely getting to a crazy point. Yeah, yeah, it's really fucked up. Um, and that's why I told y'all, men are not our friends, even if they're gay. I'm so serious. Y'all heard about that Rihanna and Naomi Campbell, when that gay boy had them fighting with each other and instigating this shit? A lot of black men will be gay and think that they can say whatever they want about black women, or become trans and think because they're a woman now that they can belittle women or make characters of us. A lot of men know that the karma for anyone with a penis is so bad that they're cutting their penises off to become women. What the fuck do you think Diddy was doing? He's doing destiny swap, karmic swap. When you're such a shit, why do you think they kill virgins and children? Because they're pure. You've done so much dirt in the world that you're meant to be taken out, but you're swapping your fucked up shit with this other person. A lot of men know that their karma's coming so bad that they're copping out. They don't even want to be men anymore. Being gay isn't enough. They have to be a woman. Now, again, I am pro LGBTQ. Don't start bullying gay people. That's weird and it's fucked up. And if you think the Bible is against gay people, read Sodom and Gomorrah again. I've worked with biblical scholars. I've learned Aramaic and Latin to really understand those ancient texts. I've read the Book of Thoth and the Gospel of Mary Magdalene, the scriptures from the Bible that were removed. So I've been studying this stuff for a while. I'm not against gay people, and I don't think God hates gay people, but there's something going on spiritually. They are using that shit to fuck with people. Bye, Holistic Flow Girl. Thank you, and I hope to see you again. Um, Koreans are gonna go extinct because Korean women not having kids. Wow. I heard they trying to pay the women to have babies. It reminds me of oh my god, what is that show? That was like my favorite show. With the white girl with the red cloak. What was it? The white girl with the red cloak. Um what was it? What was that? It's a show and it's about like the end of the world, like where religious people take over the world and people can't have babies. Handmaid's Tale. Handmaid's Tale. So I remember it reminds me of Handmaid's Tale, where there no children are being born. So they round up all the fertile women and turn them into baby makers. Basically like human trafficking and stuff like that. And they make the world so Little Red Riding Hood. Damn near. But yeah. That's a white girl in a red cloak. But it was just funny because I was watching Hoodwinked the other day. You guys know that. If not, it's okay. It's like a kid movie. But yeah. So they was rounding up all the fertile ladies and forcing them to have babies. Some shit in the Bible said that was okay, so they just went with it, right? And I will never forget that basically in Handmaid's Tale, they make America a religious country, so women can't do certain shit. It's like the olden days, like Amish people, but worse. But shout out to the Amish. There's some real ones. But yeah, it's like that but worse, like super old timey. And I will never forget that let's say if you couldn't you either was a wife or a baby maker. A lot of the wives couldn't have babies, but they were married to, the men that had power. So they had power via them. um, but if you were fertile, you would get hired to the family and have a baby for the family. But let's say if you weren't a good baby maker, you would hurt yourself, hurt the baby. They would either send you to a camp to be like a slave, like a worker, or if you were a bad bitch, they would send you to the Sodom and Gomorrah club, where there's sex workers everywhere, people sleeping, and it's basically like a club. And I just remember thinking, niggas ain't shit. You done destroyed America in the name of God, but got secret underground clubs, fucking and shit, drinking and shit, drugs and shit. And I just remember thinking, that's so bullshit. The Madonna horror complex is bullshit. It really, really is. That's why men hate girls on OnlyFans, because on OnlyFans, you have the right to your own content. If Mia Khalifa turned 18 and sucked a dick on camera, Pornhub owns that for life, no matter what. OnlyFans, not so much. You have the power, and it's consent. If your news get exposed, send me the link, bro. But if it's, hey, subscribe to my OnlyFans, stupid whore, all they want is the lack of consent. That's why men hate whores, because it's no fun. In fact, I'm gonna do a video on, and I was like scared to do it because it has to do with like CP, which is like pictures of underage people. But there's something called the capping community. Now, this is a long ago, like 2010 to 2000, maybe 17. And there's so many different dark web places where people do that now. I don't know if you guys heard of Ren, but Ren is like a baby, and she's like a baby of TikTok, and weird dudes, PDF files are doing weird stuff, and they've been doing it for a while. I hear a lot of women are scared about that reality since a lot of us are refusing to have kids and be in relationships. Yeah, yeah. A reason why I won't have kids is because the world is fucked up. Oh yeah, I can't have my daughter being treated terribly. I can't have my son being a terrible person. Yeah, I think it's like my biggest fear. Because I don't have any kids, and I don't know if I even want them. But if I chose not to, that would definitely be the reason why. It's spooky. It's a really scary place, especially like if you're black. I feel like every black mom has had to give their baby the talk that you're basically a target, and it's so scary. I see kids on TikTok. The videos have a lot of saves. Oh, I feel like I'm about to puke, y'all. But yep, 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 yep. But in the capping community, um, basically, this was like early 2000s, like before TikTok or anything like that. Around the era I was growing up, um, they would have girls go to like these different like websites and stuff, and the girls would be innocent, singing, dancing, painting, playing guitar. You know how it was early 2000s. You were a teenage girl around that time, like on the internet, Tumblr and stuff like that. Um, they would basically like bait them into doing something like flashing or bending over, doing a suggestive dance, and they would screenshot it. Back in the day, there was no term for screenshotting. It was called a cap, so that's why it's called the capping community. And they would screenshot these underage girls and use that as severe blackmail into getting them to do even more suggestive things in hopes of that information not being released. The girls would keep doing more fucked up shit, and then once the guys got bored of her, they would just release all her information. And they would have online rewards for people who could do the best blackmail and send these pictures to the family and stuff like that. So a lot of times men hate sex workers because you can't call me a whore and I cry anymore, you know? But let's say if I'm a good girl and I don't want anything like that out, it's more fun to bully them. It's more fun to like basically watching an angel lose her wings. You know, that's why men really want virgins. It's not because they respect you more. That's a lie. The Madonna whore complex is a lie. They just want to be the first ones to ruin you. It's so fucked up, but that's just how men think. That's the true male gaze. Everyone want to talk about the male gaze. The male gaze is dynamic, y'all. You don't want to know how men see the world. You just don't. You just don't. You don't want to know how men see the world. It's a really fucked up thing. Yeah, that's like a dark topic though. I try to be more prepared when I talk about like essay or children or anything like that because those are very sensitive topics, and I don't want to come off inconsiderate or anything like that. But yeah, I think that's a really important topic though, because I already said that beauty standards are basically rooted in pedophilia. We all know that. A lot of people don't want to take it that far, but if you know that to be the beauty standard, and basically it's not just pedophilia, it's racism. Everyone knows that the closest you look to a white baby, the more attractive you are. And I know that sounds so fucking extreme, but it is. In every culture, no matter where you go, the lighter you are, the more petite you are, the younger you are, the shorter you are, the squeakier your voice is, the more innocent you look, the more beautiful you would be perceived. And why is that? Now, is it technically all men? I don't know. Because some men, they do like MILFs. And mature is a porn category. So some men genuinely do prefer older women. But the majority, most men are that. They are, you know? And it takes some of them becoming fathers and having daughters to realize that, because a man will tell you, not all men, you're just insecure, you're just hurt from someone in the past. But let their daughter be in that situation. Then it's all men. Then all men want the same thing. All men are the same. So a lot of men will give a woman advice that they wouldn't even give their own daughter. So you really can't take them serious. People will emphasize me, but it lets me get away with a lot of stuff. Yep. hmm It's very, very true. That's why Ariana Grande got away with all that shit for so long. Now she's finally looking like a woman and people hate her. You think that's a coincidence? I think not. Some men don't care about the daughters. Girl! Girl! Ooh, Princess Royale, you hit it on the nail for me. I'm gonna tell y'all this story. This nigga, he had me so gagged. He ate me up. I will never forget. I was watching an old Marilyn Monroe movie. And there's a scene, I think it's Gentlemen Prefer Blondes. And there's a scene where basically, Marilyn, she into the bag. She got a rich nigga. But the rich nigga father comes out and is looking at her like a gold digger. And basically he calls her that. He calls her out. And you know what that lady says? She says, don't you know a woman being pretty is like a man being rich? You wouldn't marry a woman just because she's pretty, but my goodness, doesn't it help? And if you had a daughter, wouldn't you want her to want nice things? Wouldn't you want her to be the happiest girl in the world and to have the best? Why is it wrong for me to want those things? And he goes, well, my dear, they told me you were stupid or you weren't smart. She's so, I can't be. But most men don't prefer it. And that scene alone, I was like, cut. Like that scene alone, like I tried to play that on another guy. I was having like a debate with this guy. He's a Gemini, so I should have known it wasn't going to go anywhere. You know how they are. But they're the Gemini works with Mercury, the planet of communication, and they're also twins. Meaning, whenever you have a discussion with them, they just it's just weird. It's just a weird thing. So I should have known it wasn't going to go anywhere. But he has a daughter, and I remember telling him like, "How can you feel this way about women when you have a daughter? What if someone looked at your daughter like that?" And he didn't give a fuck. So yeah, there's demons amongst us, ladies. Some men will defile their own daughters just to prove a point to the divine feminine. So yeah, that doesn't even work on a lot of men anymore. They don't give a shit about their daughters. I know Kanye West made a song, "Niggas is monsters, niggas is da da da," to niggas have daughters, because he had his baby girl, and then he started worried about oh, Kim is gonna pimp out my daughter. Then you have Anna Nicole Smith in one of your videos. So niggas will pimp out somebody else's daughter to want their daughter to be the sacrificial version that gets a good guy. I just be like, damn, shit crazy. And broke men are scared of gold diggers when they have no gold to dig. It's deeper than that. It's not about them being afraid that you're going to take the little bit of money they have left. It's the fact that you live a life that they will never be able to experience. That's why a lot of men are cutting off. The guy I was telling you about, a Gemini, I told him this is about to be this is about to be a little bit TMI, but he got a big dick. So I remember telling him that's a waste. That's a waste of a big dick. You want to be a bitch, don't you? Just cut it off. Donate it to a trans man right now. You don't want a penis. You want to be a woman. And you don't even really gotta cut it off. Just put on a dress. Go get that pussy fucked. That's what I told him. I'm an Aries. I speak my mind. And he was laughing. I'm like, no, I'm serious. You don't want it. If you want girls to take you on dates, you've copped out of being a man. You don't want to be a man anymore. And that's okay. Just go donate your BBC to the next trans woman that needs it. So I was being funny. But yeah, so a lot of men they don't want to be men anymore. Men have like fucked up the world so bad that like they don't even want to be associated with that shit anymore. And this will be a good way to talk about skin bleaching. If you know that if you have a certain skin tone, people are gonna think you're stealing in the store. Are you really self-hating or racist if you choose not to want that skin tone anymore? Niggas just want a better quality of life. Now I'm not saying do that. I'm not saying do that. But why is it automatically self hate? If I know fat bitches get treated bad, why are you telling me I can't lose weight? Sometimes I just think about shit logically, but no, if you're a black woman, you just hate yourself. You all hate yourself. Like, get the fuck out of here. That's why I was with the whole Sheer thing. Like, she never said afros are ugly. She said wigs get you paid. And that's what's wrong with people. They don't want to get paid. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm not saying money is everything or you should like worship capitalism or anything like that. But that's the only way to do it. At the end of the day, the way a man could waste a woman's time and take away her good years and shit, or like pedestalize marriage and use that as leverage and hold it over her head. Oh, do this for me, or you'll die alone. You won't get a ring, or whatever. Or you hit the wall at 25. There's certain things that we cannot do to men that they do to us. Certain games don't always win because they set it up that way. So yes, get the fucking money. Get the bag. That's the only way to change the dynamic of this shit. That's why they be mad when certain black women divest or certain black women don't date for love anymore. That's why they want to go to third world countries and sleep with women for 50 cents you know so that's why they hate sex workers. That's why they hate that, because one, it's no fun. I like it when you don't like it. I like it when you feel bad that you have to dance or do whatever that you got to do. They like it when you don't like it. It's all about the lack of consent. They don't want you to enjoy yourself. That's why a lot of men hate like sex workers. But they'll love to see a girl's news get leaked. They love that. But let you sell that shit for $4.99. They hate that because it's the power. It's the fact that they can't hurt you. Or men look good even when they get old. Girl, that's a damn lie. Have you seen Leonardo DiCaprio lately? Nobody has, because he's ugly now. That's why he only dates women under 25, so he can suck up their youth. I shit you not. Look it up. I shit you not. There's a spiritual reason. The same. Okay, when it comes to pedophiles and stuff, there's actually different words for that. I don't really know what they are right now, but I think it's like pubescent or something. There's people that like basically anyone under the age of 18, and then there's a specific kind that only wants children before they hit puberty. And if you look into like the shit Orlando Brown is saying, where people kidnapping kids and human trafficking and adrenochrome, you guys know what adrenochrome is. You know where I'm going with this, but they have to do it with children under a certain age. That's the same shit Leonardo DiCaprio was doing. Everyone knows your frontal lobe or whatever develops at 25. So how convenient is it that you stop dating women once they hit that age? This is some real Destiny Swap spiritual shit, y'all. Drake likes 18 and under. Leonardo likes 25 and up. And I was telling y'all about the capping community. I'm gonna show you guys the video later. But basically, the person, there was like a host of this show, and they would reward people that would blackmail teenagers for nudes. And they basically said the capping community is like girls gone wild, except those girls know that their pictures are going to be all over the world. These girls don't. Those girls get a check, and these girls cry. And Girls Gone Wild is 18 and up. The capping community is 18 and below. So the fact that I think they've like moved to the dark web or something. But you can look up the Daily Capper on YouTube or Daily Motion and find these videos. This shit is insane. So I don't want to hear shit about OnlyFans or TikTok. People have been doing this like internet weird shit for like a really long time. Since someone was able to record something on tape, people have been doing weird perverted shit with it and against, a woman's wishes. And the one time women are actually able to do something on their own terms, people hate it. So yeah, Daily Motion is the best for free movies and shows. I ain't been there in a minute. I ain't been there since I was young, looking up Sierra so I could learn how to dance to her music videos with my friends. I wasn't good at it, but we would do it. I used when we was younger. Daily Motion was more popular than YouTube. There was so many different things more popular than YouTube. I'm surprised YouTube has come this far of a way because there were so many different apps to, well, not really apps, but like different sites and stuff. That was back in the day, though. Yeah. So get the bag. That's literally what Beyonce said. Always stay gracious. Best revenge is your paper. I co-sign that. Get the bag. Money ain't gonna make you happy, but it damn sure ain't gonna make you sad like that nigga will. I'm for real. Get the bag. Even if you're a guy watching this, get the bag. I want all of us to like. I would love to see things flipped. You know, like I even said in my other video that why I started watching Chrissy's channel was because I really don't like social injustice. I think it's fucked up. So I've always had like this fantasy of just things being flipped. No more racism, no more misogyny, no more slut shaming, no more, taking advantage of third world countries, no more war, none of that shit. I know it's like a fantasy. When was some shit like that, whatever happened. But that's where all of this passion comes from. And that's why I wanted to go live because especially now the Exotical community is so heated that you can't say anything without someone like trying to argue with you. So I feel like if people know where you're coming from, like where your heart is, it's easier to listen to something that might trigger you. I need to catch up on some of your videos I missed. Aw. Hi Lulu. Chrissy never. Mm. I don't got nothing against that lady. I think she's actually kind of cute. You know, I'm bisexual. I've never argued with a woman in my life. Ever. I've never had a girl that didn't like me. Ever. I'm kind of like an introvert. Some of my friends were like trans, gay, men. I have had female friends, but not like a lot. I don't really have a lot of friends, to be honest with you. I'm more like introverted. I'm an intellectual. I like to study. I like to read. I like to research. It's always been me. People like beg me to go out and party and stuff like that. But when I do go out, I'm a fun time. The times where I'm just like, I'm ready to get lit. I'm in areas I can really get lit. But yeah, I always felt like when it comes to women arguing, I never really liked it. I feel like some things are just catty and just unnecessary. And I think Kirsty is a cool lady. And I'm really proud of how far she's come in this community. And the fact that people like try to like attack her and stuff. And I know she feels like the exotical community is an attack on her because some people have said some really fucked up things. But hopefully, if she ever watches this video, she knows that's not where all of us are coming from. The same way, not all dark skinned girls bully light skinned girls and pull their hair or whatever. we're not a monolith, none of us, you know? And I'm grateful for the fact that she was brave enough to even make a community like that, to where a community like this can even exist. Am I wrong if I say I support women's rights and wrongs if they personally attacked me? Hmm. Well, I know some women will like say some shit like, I don't support all women because some women are liars. Like I know you guys know the brick lady, the like African or Somali lady that lied about getting hit with a brick to rile up black people into saying black men don't support black women. So some or that one lady that lied about being kidnapped. What was her name? Something. Carly something. She lied about being kidnapped. So some people say, I don't believe all women. But guess what? You wanna know why I don't give a shit about that? Because all men stick up for all men. You can have a nice guy that will never cuss or call you out your name, and he will be friends with a local rapist. All men support all men. They're like they're like a symbiotic creature. Like they all have the same brain. Even if and that's why if you ever meet a nice guy, a real nice guy will tell you all men are the same and you need to be on guard with all of them. That's a nigga that respects you. He's willing to put down his own to give you the 411. But if a nigga hits you with a not all men, you're just hurt. He hates your guts. I'm letting you know right now. All men support all men, no matter what. They support each other. I remember when Risa Tisa went popping and she was telling her story. And all the women were on their phones watching a 50-part TikTok story. And the men were interested in what their women were watching. And once the women explained what it was, all the men said the same thing. But what did she do to him? All men support all men. So why the fuck wouldn't I support all women? So yeah, I'm gonna support Chrissy. I'm gonna support Exoticals United. And there's nothing you can do about it. You know? So that's how I see it. You can do whatever you want, but I don't give a damn. What did Kane say? I don't give a damn. I'm gonna support them. For real, honey. Men stick up for men and LOL so all the time. Women do the same. Facts. That's facts. But again, there's always that one bitch. Remember I told y'all that? When women were getting the rights to vote, did you not know there was that one bitch that didn't want us to do that? When women were getting the rights to own bank accounts, there was that one bitch that didn't want no bitch to do that. So I don't know. If my bestie do anything wrong, that's my bestie. I don't. Oh, come on. She can cheat on her man, kill somebody. Hey, niggas do it every day. Niggas kill niggas every day and be like, that's my homie. Nigga, that's an inmate 6942. Niggas do it every day. What do I look like not supporting another woman, bruh? That's why I said I've never argued with a woman. I've never fought with a woman. I've never done anything like that. I was really private in like school. I graduated high school early, so I really didn't get the full high school experience because I was like being a fucking nerd or whatever. But when I ended up going to cosmetology school, and I told you guys that I went to college school, and I was excuse me, I just burped. I'm drinking some champagne, so it's like bubbly. It makes you burp. But yeah, I went to college school and I was like 15, 16 when I started there, and there were like a whole bunch of grown women there, and they loved me. So I don't know. Bitches love me. I'm a bad bitch. I don't know what to tell you. You know, I've never argued with a woman. So um there's nothing you can do to make me not like Chrissy. She seems like a nice lady to me, and she's allowed to defend herself if she feels like this is some weird woozy shit, which is why I'm making this video. So I don't know. Maybe it's someone. I don't really care what her and her subscribers think. I just want to do this for me. I don't want to be misunderstood. I don't want to go down in history on the wrong side of history. That's why I made this channel in the first place, to speak my piece from my perspective, since I feel like a bridge in these two communities because of the way I look and who I am. So I stay by myself. Same. Watching from the sidelines. Yeah. I had a woman try and destiny swap. Ooh. Some spooky shit. Yes, we need to be hating on the rapers and predators who are roaming the streets. Oop. And oop. I wish I had some if you know Nicki Minaj, she does clean radio, and after she says some crazy shit, it'll be like a bomb or something. I wish I had some bombs. But yes, that's facts. And that's the part that really irks me. Why would I beef with Chrissy when I could just go rob a nigga. I don't know. Maybe not rob him, but like do something. Like I don't know. Like I like to bully men. Like, I'm a girl, so I gotta kind of be careful with it. But I do like to inconvenience men. I love to inconvenience them. Every time I go out, if a man notices me or tries to get me to notice him, I find a way to make it work for me. Now, all niggas ain't not niggas ain't shit, but every nigga ain't the devil. So some men are actually really nice and say, "Oh, can I carry that for you, ma'am? Oh, here, I have an extra dollar. You don't have to dig through your purse for the change." But some niggas, they see a bad bitch and they just want to make her day a little bit worse. Just bring her down a notch. So I've taken it upon myself to do that. So whenever I'm like, I don't know, I haven't done any shadow work and I'm feeling like toxic and negative, I'll just take it out on a guy. Niggas ain't shit. Men know that women, kind of will be friends with men because we really think that they're our friends, and the whole time they just want to fuck. So what I'll do is use them as free therapy. Yeah, I'm gonna trauma dump on you, and you're gonna take it because you think I'm gonna fuck you one day. Oh well. So I don't know, ladies. Men are gonna be there. We can't get rid of them. Get the bag. Make them useful. Treat them like what they are. You'd be surprised. Men treat you nicer when you're mean to them. So if you think I'm mean, don't think that, because the nicer you are to them, the more they hate you, because they hate themselves. You ever notice that? There was an episode of Family Guy where Quagmire, and if you know Family Guy, you know how Quagmire gets down. He's a sick son of a gun. And there's an episode where Quagmire pays a woman to kick him in the balls first thing in the morning every day when he wakes up. And Peter asks him, "Why do you do that?" And you want to know what Quagmire said? Basically to rebuke his bad karma, because he knows that he deserves it. He knows he woke up to be a predator today. And so he needs, basically, like, you know how Catholic people, they'll go and speak in the church and say, "Forgive me, Father, I have sinned." It's basically like that. It alleviates their sins. And there's other ways that men do this. Men will go see dominatrix. Yep. There's something called findom. There's dominatrix. Even racially, there's white men that will pay big money to be humiliated by black women so that they can alleviate their racial karma. It's a thing. So men know they're not shit. They know they're going to wake up every day to be predators. So just be on game, ladies. That's all I'm saying. If you don't want to do anything you don't want to do, that's fine. But shit, nobody with a penis be in your life without reason, without making your life better. Period. I don't care if they're gay. I spoke to a guy who seemed nice, love bombed me, and tried to pick me apart and called me a bitch. Oh, that's just what they do. And you want to know something? You can't win that game because it was rigged from the beginning. There was no way for you to prevent that from happening to you. The only way to win and make it worth it in the end for you is to be playing the game the whole time. And most women are. Most women on the first date, they can be a little coy. You know how it is when you're teasing a boy. But once you get comfortable with them, that's when they start switching up. You ever notice as soon as you save a nigga number with emojis, he switch up on you? It's like they can feel it. They want to wait until you're comfortable and pull the rug from beneath you. All men want that. That's equivalent to wanting a virgin. They want to ruin you. Some men just want to leave you worse than what they found you. Another thing, they said something like, "I can tell when a woman's ran through or when she's had too many bad experiences because she lost a twinkle in her eye." And maybe I can tell when a girl's over 25 because she lost a twinkle in her eye or some shit like that. Niggas want to ruin the twinkle in your eye. Do you understand how fucked up that is? So yeah, I'm gonna get the bag. Yeah, I'm gonna support all women. Wait a minute, what you said? Don't forget it's not unconditional though, to think about it. Even family, only like family. Oh hell yeah! Most men are incestual. Everybody got that one cousin that want to fuck them. Don't lie. And if you don't, lucky you. Your family's normal. But most men are sickos, bro. They're sickos. They are. Not all men are gonna pull you into a white van and torture you for days. But the equivalent to a man keeping a woman locked in his basement just on a lower frequency is a nigga that never let the bitch leave the house. You can't wear that. You can't do that. You can't say that. All men want to control you in some way. And you know what's funny? Getting back to the spiritual shit, God left man in charge for a reason. There's a reason that the divine masculine energy exists, and it is meant to be respected. Because men are meant to be a pillar in the community. And if you've ever met a real man, not a perfect one, but a real one, you know what I mean. Because all they want to do is fix. All they want to do is, you know when a man loves you and cherishes you and worships you, when before you even realize there's a problem, he's already fixed it. That's how you know. So there's a reason why God left man in charge. There's a reason why it goes God, man, woman, child, animal, plant, natural order of the earth. This is a natural ecosystem that needs to go a certain way for everything to move. There's a reason God left man in charge. And when men are on code, and I'm not gonna act like all men ain't shit, because there have been times where I was in a down bad situation and a man that didn't know me from Eve protected me. Now, is he a perfect nigga? Did he slap a bitch? Maybe call a bitch a couple times? Maybe. But at the end of the day, when nobody's watching and nobody's looking, he chose to do the right thing. And real men, men that go to war, men that do certain things, they are willing to die for their people. So there's a reason why God left men in charge. Men have just defiled that. They've mutilated it. They've turned it into something evil. So that's why a lot of men don't get the respect they feel like they deserve. And that's why some niggas be mad that girls don't want to go on cheap dates. I don't want a coffee date. I don't want to walk in the park. You're not shit. So if you want my presence, my youth, my energy, what you told me is my only value, right? My youth and my labor towards you, you're going to pay for it. Because guess what? It's a real nigga that, and niggas hate that. Niggas hate when a girl will sleep with a guy on the first night, but you have to take her to Applebee's or whatever, a 5-star restaurant or a vacation or whatever. Niggas hate that. But guess what? You're not a real nigga. Like that's just the way it is. Some niggas like let me stop saying niggas. Some men some men are just I don't know. I saw this one post and this girl she went viral on TikTok for basically saying to her new boyfriend, "You're not the type of guy I would have a one night stand with. You're husband material." And you know, men always say that to women, right? And we eat that shit up, right? Madonna horror complex. But when she said it to him, he got pissed. And he basically said, so basically you'd fuck another guy because you want, you know, that's just what it is. I don't know what it is, but men hate women for shit that we cannot control. Women aren't cheap, bruh. We're not like you ever went to a boy's apartment? It's like prison. Girls like stuff. So how are you mad at me for being a gold digger? Nigga, I need that to survive. What are you gonna do with a fat ass? An ass only gotta be so fat, and that's your preference. I need money to live. So sometimes niggas just hate bitches for no reason, shit that we cannot control. But he basically said something like, the girls will sleep with like a really hot guy that's like a bad boy, but the nice guy or whatever, he has to work for her. That's because you're not shit, bruh. Your genes don't give have a baby with this nigga. Now I know this sounds like kind of crazy because I know some girls are like really they keep their legs closed, which is great. But I want to talk about Lauren London. If you ever want to be a baby mama, I don't have no kids, so maybe I can't speak on this, but I'm gonna say my opinion. If you want to be a baby mama, do it the way Lauren London did it. Lauren London is a genius. She had two beautiful boys by two amazing men who don't need to be husbands in order to be great fathers. But some of you niggas ain't shit. And some women want the white picket fence. They want, you know, to be able to send their kids to college. And that's your value to her. You get her youth and her beauty and her labor, and she gets your security. She gets the deed to the house. She gets the will. That's a fair deal. Some of you niggas will never have a deed to a house. You know, so you don't get the same privileges other men get. I don't know. That's kind of like um a controversial, you know, topic, but it is something about female nature. I've always wondered, like, how some men we just feel like, nah, you got to do all this to get my attention, but then other men were like, oh, Applebee's on a first date, yeah, let's do it. You know, I don't know, but niggas be hating that too. Some women would be amazing as men if they were born men. Ooh, some men should have been born women. Girl, that's a video in itself. I like to call it Eve women and Lilith women. If you know the story of Eve, you know she was the first, you know, woman or whatever, but that's not true. Lilith was the first woman. Long story short, she was a bad bitch. She didn't want to submit, so they called her like a demon or whatever. You can look up her story if you want, but that's how I break down certain women. Now, honestly, Eve and Lilith is basically the Madonna horror complex in a nutshell. So sometimes I don't like to put women in those categories because I believe we're supposed to entwine our dark and light feminine energy and be whole. That's why I think like the hermaphrodite is a symbolic spiritual symbol because it represents the genders as a whole together. And that's why racially that's this I said this before. This is why racially ambiguous people have the pull that they have. This is why mixed people are so beautiful because it's a combination of everything together. And it's a beautiful thing, the oneness. Um, but yeah, this is how I pick some women. are and remember how I said a man could tell when a woman lost a twinkle in her eye? A man can tell if you're the type of woman that would go 50-50. A man can tell if you're the type of woman that will sell some coochie. They can tell just by looking at you, based off your mindset. Another way they can tell is if a man is a monster and a girl is innocent and is assuming he's a nice guy, she's going to look at him innocently. And the moment she figures out who he really is, she's going to look at him as the monster that he is. And he'll already know that she's onto him because you're finally seeing what's happening around you. That's why Leonardo DiCaprio only date women under 25 because some women just can't see that shit. So another way that men are able to tell whether you're Eve or Lilith, whether you're a wifey or a thought, not even like in terms of sexuality, because a girl can get her news exposed and be called a thought. You know what I mean? And she's never done anything. I know a stripper that was a virgin. All she did was dance. She never fucked. Is she a thought or not? So sometimes the logic just don't work. But men will definitely do that. They will put you in the Eve category, like you can be my wife, you can have my children. I know that you're never going to leave me, or the Lilith category. You're a fun time girl. You're the girl that I will cheat on my wife with and ruin my family for because it's not it's more. And sometimes like people say light, let's say Euphoria, right? People said the Cassie girl, the blonde girl, was light feminine energy just because she was blonde, and the girl that played Maddie was dark feminine energy just because she dressed sexy and had brunette hair. And that's not true. If you look at the essence of those energies, it's swapped. Cassie is the dark feminine. She is the one that was doing all the kind of like the weirdo shit, not really being confident in herself, whereas Maddie was actually the sweet one. That's why she had to come off so mean. So sometimes people will think Lilith is just, sexy and Eve is just innocent. And technically, that's not what it is. It's more so a mindset and how you view the world. If you're considered a misogynist, chances are you're a Lilith. If you think not all men are bad, not all, chances are you're Eve. So that's a good way to categorize it. But men can tell just by looking at you. So if you ever feel like a nigga played you, just charge it to the game because you lost the game before it even started. That's why you have to be aware of certain things. For real, I need money. My man has to be rich. Girl, I want to have my cake and eat it too. Is that supposed to be what you do with your cake, isn't it? I heard something about the have your cake and eat it too. Because at first I didn't get it. It's my cake. Why can't I have it? But I guess what they mean by that is if you have your cake, you eat it. And once you eat it, it's gone. So you can't have it and eat it too. I don't know. That's something someone explained to me. So, yeah. I never understand. People are like, it's your birthday. Here's your cake. Do not eat it. Get cake and eat it. What's your favorite cake? Do y'all have a favorite cake? I don't know if I have a favorite cake. I have a favorite ice cream, and it's mint chocolate chip. Then I'm gonna just get another cake. I know that's right, girl. What Marie Antoinette say? Let them eat cake. You're a cake lover. Ooh. Okay, what's your ooh? Okay, I do have a favorite cake. It is red velvet. Yeah, I do like red velvet a lot. Oh, I love. Okay, so y'all, every year on my birthday when I was little, sometimes still now, I have red velvet cake and mint chocolate chip ice cream. People always think it doesn't go good together, but it does. Chocolate and mint goes really good together. It's really refreshing. It's so nice. I do love it, especially with the cream cheese icing whipped. Oh, my mouth watering. Y'all making me hungry. The vegetable for us, definitely. Y'all making me hungry. Wait, when's y'all's birthdays? Mine is in March. I'm in Aries. When are y'all's birthdays? Or at least like your zodiac sign if you don't want to give your birthday, just like your zodiac sign. Oh, I love carrot cake. I don't usually get it that much. I only get it if I go to like a buffet or something. You don't really see it in the stores like that, at least where I'm at. But carrot cake is so good. It's really good. I really do like it. It has cream cheese icing too. Ooh, a Pisces. I love Pisces energy. October Libra. Libra moon. Okay, a lot of Libra energy. My mommy is a Libra. I'm an Aries, and if you know anything about that, we're sister signs, so we don't always get along. But yeah, Which reminds me of Chrissy bringing up Exoticals United's sign saying Scorpios be stalkers. They do though. Anybody got a Scorpio X? But no, I have a Scorpio moon. I know I mentioned that plenty of times. In the Chesley Christ video, God bless her and rest her soul. Ice Spice has a Scorpio moon. Cat Williams has a Scorpio moon. Beyonce has a Scorpio moon. Um, so we can be like really moody and stuff like that. You love Aries? Oh, thank you. I feel like we're so misunderstood. I feel like we're the most misunderstood. Um, yeah, I found that. I think yeah, Chris is a Cancer, which makes sense. She's such a crybaby. I know it's like a bitchy thing to say, but I would say that shit to my own sister. My sister's a Cancer. My mom is a Libra. My sister's a Cancer. I'm an Aries, and my other brother's an Aries. And my little sister, she's such a crybaby too. But when they be crybabying, they really feel like there was an injustice done to them, and people are being inconsiderate of their emotions and their feelings and dehumanizing them. Each sign handles things differently. If a Libra is crying about something, chances are they feel disrespected and they feel like they've done something for you and you won't do it back for them, and they feel like you take them for granted. But if a Cancer is crybabying, chances are you really did hurt their feelings and you really did make them feel unsafe, and they feel like they have to, because Cancer is a crab, so they'll like snap at you. You know how crabs snap at you when they're scared? So sometimes they'll do that. They'll snap and they really didn't even really mean all of that. So that's how I look at Chrissy. I really don't. I try not to get like too invested in like negative emotions. I think we're all just sisters nagging, because all my sisters on my daddy's side and my mama's side, we different colors. So we nag and argue all the time. If somebody's still arguing with you, that means they still care. If you and your ex still arguing, you still care. So that just means that both EU and Chrissy care about this conversation, and I don't know. That's how I see it on like a larger playing field. We're all just girls complaining, nagging, trying to get our points across. So I try not to like overthink it. I think we're all just one big family, and we're just the sisters that argue at every family reunion at that point. Because Exotica United, she's been on YouTube for a long time. So, and Chrissy already said she watched all her videos, and I'm pretty sure she's probably looked through my videos trying to find something negative or whatever. But yeah. Oh my God, that's you. Yeah, I try to like be considerate of everybody's signs and think how certain things affect certain people. And I'm an Aries, so being misunderstood, ugh, people be like, "Why do you care? Why do you care what people think?" I don't. I just don't want to be misunderstood. I'm so proud of who I am. I've taken so much time to cultivate who I am that for you to misunderstand that is an insult to me. So it's not about caring what other people think. You just need to know what's good and really what's up with me. If you don't like me for me, bet. But don't not like me for something I never said. I can't get jiggy with that. This may sound weird. Articles United is a mother. She's talking. Oh yeah, yeah. That's why I always like pay my respects and stuff like that. Venus in Aquarius, as I say by myself. Aw, I feel bad for Aquarius placement sometimes because y'all be so like, I mean, sometimes I'm glad that y'all by yourself because y'all are such good people. I don't want the world to like get a hold of y'all, but I be feeling bad because y'all have all these like good intentions and all these positive. Like when I talk about like why can't we all get along? Only an Aquarius will agree with me on that. Everyone else is like stupid. We're not going to get along. Stupid. Only an Aquarius would sit there and really think of a world where things are okay. So I love Aquarius. I love the mindset. They're very open minded, very open thinkers, and their hearts are always in the right places. And Ice Spice is an Aquarius, I think. No, not an Aquarius. I'm sorry. I'm talking about Tyla. Tyla, she's an Aquarius. And another famous Aquarius I know is um fuck, what is her name? White chick, skinny, blonde, Paris Hilton. Paris Hilton. I love Paris Hilton, but she comes off the same way Tyler comes off. Like you're too good for everyone. You think you're better, and it's not true. That's not how they are at all. So it's a huge misconception. Yeah. Ice is a Capricorn. Oh, yeah. I think I did hear about that. One of my sisters is Capricorn. I don't know a lot about Caps though. I know a lot about like male Capricorns, but not a lot about the females. And sometimes that is different. But now I realize I have to let my fans just for tapping. Yep. And all the people that told you that's not realistic, you live in a fantasy world. As soon as you make it, I always believed in you. I knew you could do it. So just don't listen to them. Sometimes even people that love you and wish well for you, they be the matrix. They be trying to convince you some shit can't happen when it can. So you just gotta keep pushing. She was destined to be famous. Yo, I heard that. I heard that. And I think that's why like a lot of people want to bring her down for real. Because that lady ain't saying not near colorist thing and y'all really want to project that onto her, which is insane. Tell us what you heard about caps. The boy caps or the girl caps? Because the boys, um, I like Capricorns. What I love about Capricorn is that they don't play about the things that are important to them. That's family, that's their job, that's their reputation, that's the things that they've decided to dedicate themselves to. If they tell you, hey, I'll pick you up every day after work, they'll be there and they'll expect you to be on time. But they won't bail on you. They're all, they're serious. And I really admire that. But the girls, I don't know a lot of Capricorn girls. I don't really think Capricorn women really have a lot of things that like stick out to me when it comes to like personality traits. You know, certain signs are just there's just something called a cardinal sign, and then there's something called a mutable sign. Cardinal signs kind of do their own thing, and mutable signs are able to be like, mutable. So, and I think Capricorn is like a mutable sign. They're more low key. You would have to be in their circle to know what's going on. They're not like a Sagittarius or a Gemini or a Pisces that wants to be famous and be friends with everybody. That's why people hate Beyonce because Capricorn and Virgo they're both earth signs. They really are practical. They like to stick to themselves. They're not going to go out and party for attention the way someone like Rihanna would because she's a Pisces. Everybody think Rihanna is their best friend, and that's she's just really good at branding. And everybody think Beyonce thinks she's better than everybody, and she comes out when she want money. Ain't Rihanna making a new business every 3 months, and she don't want money? So sometimes some people are just more friendly. They're more extroverted. They're more happy-go-lucky, outgoing, and you will think that person is your friend when they're really not. I got a whole video of a fan saying, Brianna, do you remember me from blah, blah, blah? She's like, oh my God, yeah, I remember. Lady was like, hey, I gave you a bracelet. Rihanna's like, yeah, I still have it. But no, you don't. But she's good at what she do. So she can make people think they're best friends. Pisces can do that. A Scorpio moon, a Virgo, a Capricorn, they ain't got no fucking time for that. They out handling real business. They don't got time for fake shit. So that's why I was like supporting Beyonce when people are saying, "Oh, she's this, she's not really friendly, she doesn't have a personality." No, she doesn't have a personality for you. Some people will sell who they are to sell product. So you think, you know that person when you really don't. I don't know any Cap women. Yeah, I don't know a lot. I have a sister that's one, but again, she's pretty low key. She don't do a lot to where I'm like, oh, there you go. There go that Pisces shit. Kevin Samuels was a Pisces. God rest his soul. I don't like speaking bad of the dead. But I wish that nigga was alive so I could. I don't do Pisces, man. I've done a couple, but I won't get into a relationship with them. That's a slippery slope. They play too fucking much. They be cute though. I've never met an ugly Pisces. Isn't that crazy? You ain't never seen an ugly Pisces. At least one of them gotta be sexy. But yeah. I don't really like Pisces all like that though. They're not loyal. And Aries, we are fierce about loyalty. Fierce. It's like we will die for the principle. We're fierce about loyalty. Pisces are not loyal. They'll do whatever makes sense for the day. And you're gonna like it too. Cause some people, they don't have to make sense. Like Rihanna get away with so much shit. Everybody know that lady can't sing. You know? Anybody else with no booty is funny built. Nobody says shit when Rihanna doesn't have eyes. She needs to be studied. Pisces, voodoo, whatever they be doing, needs to be studied because that shit is insane. People will pick apart Beyonce body. She got a BBL, da da da. No one talks shit about Rihanna. So maybe we should all start doing what she's doing because that shit fucking works. Pisces, you don't do a Pisces, man. Nah, I'm blaming March Pisces. Yeah. When I tell people my birthday in March, they be like Pisces. I say hell no, hell no, hell to the no. to the no, no, no. Hell to the no. Nah. March prices do be on some bullshit. Mm, I feel like all signs can really be toxic, but it depends on what you find toxic. It all depends on your own social moral construct. Some people are okay with other things, whereas other people feel like that's not cool. But once you have like your own morale, your own boundaries, you'll know that certain signs just don't want to adhere to that, and you just have to avoid them. You say I don't know if they magical with it. Oh yeah, Pisces is very spiritually inclined. Let's put it that way. A lot of other signs are too. I know Sagittarius, Gemini, Scorpio. Pretty much any sign after Libra, because Libra is, Libra's the scale. Libra is the sign in the middle. So anything before Libra is probably like more. I don't want to like put labels on people, but if you're after Libra, chances are you got a lot going on versus the signs before Libra. Signs like Cancer and Taurus are more like kinder than signs like Sagittarius and Scorpio. If you look up all the famous serial killers, all of their signs are like closer towards the end of the year. The girl who tried to Destiny Swap was in March. Pisces. You gotta be careful with Pisces because they're the last sign. They're the sign of death. You gotta be careful with them. I remember I got into it with a Pisces. She was weird. Now that I think about it, I wouldn't say the bitch was destiny swapping, but she was doing some weird shit. I was a kid though. We were kids. I was at like a summer camp, and this one white girl. It wasn't about race. I'm just saying how she looked, but she would do weird shit. She would spill something and then run to the teacher and say I threw it at her. Like, bitch, what? What kind of fucked up shit is that? So I don't know. People that gotta be some form of destiny swap. Because bitch, you done destiny swap your punishment for mine. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, you gotta be careful with them. They slippery. They're fishy, literally. Run. No, for real. Because what if I come up with some shit like that? That was some next level shit. I'm like, oh no, how do you defend yourself either? And she was so good too. Oh, you really can't trust Pisces. She was so good too. She went to the teacher, sniffling and shit, all looking all sad and shit. And here I am agitated because I'm being blamed for something I didn't do, and it made me look like I was the perpetrator, and I got in trouble. Oh, y'all, that's when I knew. That's when I knew. You gotta stay on code, y'all. That's some wild shit to do to a motherfucker. What kid thinks of some shit like that? I wonder where she at now. That's crazy work. Yeah, you onto something with them Pisces. Cause I only remember that story because we were doing something with our birthdays and we had to stand in line. Like if you were in January, you were in the front. If you were in December, you were in the back, and we were right next to each other because she's like middle of March, I'm the end of March. And we were right next to each other. So she definitely was a March Pisces. That was so crazy. Yeah, it's definitely an MO. I know some people, specifically Libras sometimes, not all, most of the men. Sometimes when I'm saying something, I usually mean the men. But some people hate zodiac signs because they feel like it's not real or they don't want to be, a statistic or anything like that. But the MOs are real, you know. Certain people, I need a natal chart before I even deal with you, just to not get myself into something I don't want to be got into. Yeah, I would suggest that because sometimes even the sun sign isn't enough to really get a grasp on who a person is. So if you're like making a new friend, going on a first date, I would definitely get the natal chart for your own protection. A lot of celebrities lie about their birthday, so you can't have their full natal chart. And some people hand it out like hotcakes. I feel like, I don't know, if you're doing something bad, you probably don't want nobody to know a lot of celebrities do that for like spiritual reasons too. Like you can't put a hex on Beyonce. She's so protected. You fuck around hex yourself trying to do some shit like that. So they lie about their birthday. They do certain things where they lie about their names. They do certain things where you can't. For another thing that Diddy does this. Celebrities or even just niggas in your community that have more than one pseudonym or like nickname or something like that, they're evil. Anybody that got more than five names is evil because they're basically evading their karma. When you do like roots on someone and someone's done you wrong and you want to do roots on them, you need their name. So if they keep changing that shit, or let's say if a nigga do you dirty in a club and he said his name was Daquan and you figure out it's something else, you can't go to the police and say Daquan did it. So it's one of those things where it's like people that change their name a lot, they got something going on. You want to be aware of stuff like that. Aliases, yeah, that's exactly what I was trying to say. Con men, yeah. Wonder what Diddy Char look like? It's some scary shit. Look it up if you want to. I ain't doing it again. That shit felt ominous as hell looking at that chart. I ain't want to look at it no more after that. That nigga is everything they said he is. Anything they said he did it. On God, that nigga did it. Hmm. Another person's chart that I looked at that surprised me was Future. I know he's seen as like a womanizer and a bad guy, but if you look at his chart, he's actually really sweet. And if you listen to his music, he never degrades women. He's a trick. He loves bitches that want money. He don't degrade them. He loves them. Future is actually, I mean, I don't know what he do, but the only women that say mean things about him are the women that can't have him anymore. I have noticed that. I don't know. I ain't trying to stick up for a nigga, but his natal chart did surprise me. He's very misunderstood. He comes off like something that he's not. Yeah, I sometimes have to disassociate listening to hip hop and rap music because they talk so much shit about women. And even though I know Lil Wayne has said some colorist things, he doesn't hate like women. He doesn't start shame women. He got a song called "I Love Prostitutes." I think he made a part two. So when I think of Future, T Pain, Lil Wayne, these are men who make music for women. It's for a woman's pleasure. If you listen to the music, Nick Cannon, does he make music? But yeah, and of course, all their music can be like a little fucked up, but when it comes like to like women and how women are treated and how women's sexuality is treated, Future, T Pain, and Lil Wayne, they love women. Probably not black women, but they don't hate women. Nick Cannon's chart. Oh, I've never seen his chart. What is his sign? I don't even know his sign. Mm. I could probably look it up. You don't know? Yeah, me neither. If I had to guess, his ex-wife was Mariah, and Aries only deal with certain types of men. So if I had to guess, he's probably a Earth or a water sign. I'm not getting air or fire from him. So if I had to guess, mm. But yeah, someone's chart will really surprise you. You should always look that up, especially if you're gonna do any business dealings with anyone. I will look up all that shit. Most people do. In other countries, they look at bank statements, zodiac signs, natal sign compatibility before you're even eligible to marry someone. So it's definitely something I have a look into. Even Chrissy herself said she won't make another video unless the sun or the moon is in Cancer, which is her sun sign. So you'd be surprised how many people will call you woo woo, but they're doing this shit behind the scenes. Cam Newton, I don't even want to know. He is so weird. I think he's gay. He can come off like he's gay. Certain men are just gay. You know what? You know who I don't think is gay? Diddy. I don't even think Diddy's gay. I think he's just an evil nigga that wanna hurt people. They said Diddy made sure nobody booty hole was dry, and I think that's just his mo. He ain't even gay. He just wanna be a weirdo. He just wanna stick it where it don't belong. I don't even think that nigga Diddy even gay. Nobody even cares that he's gay. They care that he's a creep. So that's what I've noticed. Some of these niggas, they be gay. And some of them, they just demons. They just want to defile people. Children, men, women, animals, it don't matter. It was never about consent. Facts. So creepy. It was about control. Which is sad because men are meant to run the world. They are meant to have a certain amount of control. You know, God left them in charge for a reason. I always say that. Um, but they're a sin to themselves. And you know, the first sin was jealousy of someone else. The devil woke up one day and decided, you know what? Fuck that nigga God. I can do better than him. And 1/3 of the angels in heaven believed him. Now we got demons. Now we got all the sick people. If you believe in that, I think we all came from something. What you think? You fell out of a coconut tree? You exist in the context of all of which came before you, or whatever Kamala Harris said. So whether you woo woo or not, we all got here somehow, and people use these stories to make sense of things. So even if you aren't spiritual, it's just a way to make sense of shit to me. But yeah, men they're their own worst nightmare. I always say that men are to women what white people are to black people. That's why white men run the world, and the black woman is the most disrespected thing on the face of planet Earth, whether you mixed or not. Hmm. I'm sorry for smacking in y'all's ear. I'm eating a Lunchable. But yeah, that's my personal opinion on that. And do I think things can ever get better? I do. But it's going to take what I said earlier. We're going to have to get rid of gender and race. If that's the only thing that's separating people. If everybody was mixed and anybody could be any gender, there would be no racism. There would be no misogyny. It couldn't exist. What time is it over here? I don't know if I should say that. No, some people be stalking. It's late. It's late. You're in the UK. I always wanted to go there. I had a pen pal. She was from the Leeds, UK. I don't know like exactly where it is, but she would write me all the time, and she would send me like coins and stuff. And I've always wanted to go to the UK. Seems like such a beautiful place. I've always wanted to go to I think it's in Paris. There's this museum where the Mona Lisa is, and I think that museum is called the Louvre or something like that. And I've always wanted to go there. It's like I'm not really into traveling like that. Again, I'm an introvert. I don't get any pleasure from doing the same shit in another city I could do in my own city. But if I had to go anywhere, it would definitely be there. I would love to go there. So much history. One of my if you guys are wondering like where all this like how I got into all this woo stuff, the first I like movies a lot. The Lavos, yes, that's what I'm talking about. It's so beautiful, isn't it? The first time I ever saw it was in the movie with Tom Hanks called The Da Vinci Code. And I was always like a Bible kid growing up. I would always read pretty much anything. I would read the dictionary, which is funny because in Cat Williams, his interview that went viral, he said he did that. And I was like, that must be some Scorpio moon shit. But yeah, that was the first time I ever saw that building, and I thought it was so beautiful. And that movie, Da Vinci Code, that it basically brings up Mary Magdalene, who some people say was a prostitute, whether you believe that or not. She was basically the right hand to Jesus Christ and one of his favorite disciples, and they removed her book from the Bible and all of the knowledge that God only, not God, but maybe Jesus gave to her, that the other people like Peter and Paul just couldn't understand. Other disciples just wouldn't get it, and they even said to Jesus, she's a woman. Why are you doing this? And you want to know what he said to them? Well, let me make her a man. You can look it up. I'll probably find it for another video. But, if you know anything about the Bible, Jesus was sassy. So he didn't really make the bitch grow a dick, but he basically said, well, now she's a man, you know? So that's what I mean by like gender as a social construct and shit like that. What possesses a man to be a man and a woman to be a woman are just two energies that have been separated, that were once one, that are meant to be one. That's why the most sacred thing in the world is a child, because when we come together, that's what it creates. And that's why demons and shit, the little Illuminati reptilians, if you believe in all that shit, that's why they want to hurt children. That's why ghosts and things that go bump in and I go for children, because they're a representation of God and how pure we all are. And I'm not even trying to be like a Bible thumper, y'all. I'm not a Christian, but I've been studying a lot of different things for a long time. And if you don't believe there's a spiritual war happening, you're probably a part of it. That scary movie, what, the Da Vinci Code? You think it's scary? I mean, it was very like mysterious. It does start off with like a murder. It is kind of scary once you think about it. But it was an my channel is called Exotical Epiphany, and that was my first epiphany. That was my first Eve biting the apple, getting all the knowledge of good and evil. That movie really put me on, and it awakened my spirit of information and understanding things and going into different rabbit holes and stuff like that. Yeah, that movie really woke me up. So I've always been interested in the balance of race or good and evil, man and woman, and all of these different things and how it can affect. Some people don't like getting into that because they feel like, what does it have to do with real life? But it has everything to do with real life, everything to do with it. You'd be surprised the things right in front of you that you don't notice that they've been putting in the same movie for the last however many years since movies were created. In fact, sometimes if you are like, I consider myself a cinephile, so that means I really like movies and I really want to make movies. So that's why I was saying I wanted to do like a channel with my face because I want to like make movies and stuff. But a lot of the information I got wasn't from books or other biblical scholars that I have gone to like church and stuff and tried to like get information from people and stuff like that. I sit down with the Vatican, I could, to get the real tea, but a lot of the movies that I've watched have been the basis of a lot of my questions, my hypotheses, my epiphanies. I have to think film. So if you ever really want to look up some deep shit, go watch an old movie. Watch a movie from the 80s and you'll see everything they said is happening now. You know, it was spirit before it came matter, 100%, 110%. Anything in this world that manifests already existed in the other one. Yeah, but I would love to get to the K. That's like on my bucket list. I would love to do that. I would love to see the Mona Lisa. I was obsessed with Leonardo da Vinci. Like I still kind of am. Um, and the fact that he would go to the graveyard and dig up corpse bodies, and people thought he was a weirdo, but now doctors use the same information he found to do surgeries. So sometimes people will just think you're weird, they won't believe you, they don't want to sponsor anything you have going on, but one day, way beyond your time, it'll matter. Leonardo da Vinci actually invented so many things that we use every day that at the time just weren't useful for the average person, so no one really gave him credit for it, like the helicopters, stuff like that. Scuba diving was invented by Leonardo da Vinci, believe it or not. Um, yeah. So if you ever feel like you're onto something and people don't get it, just keep pushing. One day people will. I can't believe I've been alive for 2 hours. This went so good. I'm definitely gonna do more. Um, and again, if you are watching it play back, just comment like whatever you want, and I'll try to respond to it like in another video. Yeah. So I had another question though. Like, we've already decided I'm gonna do everything on this channel. Okay. But when it comes to like showing face and stuff, should I do that live? Because I feel like in the exotical community, people. I mean, I really don't give a shit what other people think, but people like, I don't know. They always saying that stuff about EU and how that's her, that's not her, whatever. And I don't want any confusion on me. You know, like I'm not perfect, and maybe some things that I said that I might not agree with now that I want to change. But I'm not a liar. If you know one thing about Aries, we're very bold, we're very blunt, we're very straightforward. Lying is inconveniencing for us. You know, if anything, we'll talk your ear off and say some shit that doesn't make sense. But like that, lying is not my mo. So I was thinking I should probably go live whatever you're comfortable with at the time. People thought the whole music industry conspiracy was until Diddy. Yeah, yeah, that's sad because nobody believed Cassie until that video came out, which is sad. But yeah, I definitely. And then you don't have to prove anything. Yeah, I don't see it that way though. I guess I feel like the people that were saying, "Oh, show us what you look like. We're gonna dox you." I don't give a damn. Like what? I'll dox myself. Like what are you talking about? Like what? And then I think even EU said in some of her videos that she's put her own picture in some of the videos. So technically she's already done it. She's not gonna confirm or deny it. But I don't like that. I don't like for example, like when it comes to like buying stuff, I never lease anything. I pay in full. Like right now I want to start this class so I can start working this job that I want to work. And they're telling me that I can like do like pay like tuition like with like student loans and stuff, but I don't want to do that. I hate the feeling of somebody holding something over my head. Like if someone trying to like blackmail me or anything like that. Like I hate that. Like I'll put it out there myself before I let someone else do that to me, you know, or try to think that's gonna scare me. You know what I mean? Um, so I think that's more where I'm coming from. Like, nah, like that's not gonna be a thing anymore. I never said I was a faceless channel. You can see this right now. I look hot mess right now. But yeah, so that's basically what I was putting. I might even do a video about that just so that people know. Like that's you can't say that to me. I'm not Chrissy. I'm not EU. I never said I was faceless. In fact, I've been thinking about so many videos. Since I'm getting so much positive reception from you guys, I feel a lot more confident to actually plan those out and write some scripts and like record and stuff. And again, I am doing everything on an iPhone, so I only have one phone, so I'm not really sure how I would be able to do that and still be able to respond to you guys. So, but I do want to say thank you to everyone that supported me in any way because I want to start investing into this channel more, buy like a laptop and stuff like that. So I really do appreciate the support. Yeah, that's not something people are gonna be able to hold against me though. I have that's one of my biggest irks. That's one of something that like really bothers me, grinds my gears, is when people try to like, oh, aha, like a aha moment. Gotcha. No, you don't, bitch. I never said I was faceless. What now? What? You know? People probably think I'm a choke. And then people were saying that I'm EU. Like they're basically saying all the accounts are fake and I'm her. And I'm like, oh no. So now I really feel like I gotta show my face. So yeah, so that was that. But you're right, I have nothing to put to anyone. And the internet is a scary place, but the same thing like how Chrissy said, people always treat her a certain way. People do that to me. Even when I try to go to work and be quiet, how I told y'all, it's something about me. People want to know more, especially men. They people I don't know what it is. I feel like I have a piece of bacon in my pocket and a dog is sniffing and just trying to sniff me out and figure out what's what. Like some people just I don't know what it is. They be so obsessed with me. So I feel like I was probably gonna put myself out there anyway because I don't want anybody to feel like they can hold that against me. And I said nothing like I said, there's nothing I said on this app that I can't say to my mother. So it ain't like, I don't know. I think with EU, people have caught her doing certain things and they feel like, ooh, we're gonna figure out who you are and then blah blah blah. Like, what the fuck? So I feel like some people they want to hurt you, they want to bully you, they want to say. And I know she said that it was mostly. She said that basically, if a man doxes you, he wants to know if you meet his beauty standard, and if a woman does it, she wants to compare her beauty to you, which I totally agree. But I think there's just some weirdos out there that just want to hurt you. Like they just want to do weird things to you. So I think it's really smart that she's as big as a creator as she is, that she's not showing her face and stuff like that. And Chrissy too. I would never want Chrissy to get exposed or anything like that because I feel like for dark skinned girls it can be different. Certain things people can just get away with that other people can't get away with, you know? And I feel like I feel like people will want to humiliate you because they think she thinks she's all that. So they want to bring her down a notch. But with Chrissy, it's something else. People really do have certain outrage towards her. People wish horrible things on her, you know? Um, and people say really fucked up shit to her. I'm sure EU gets weird comments too, but the things I've heard people say about Chrissy is so fucked up. So I wouldn't want her to ever show her face unless she has like security or something like that. But me personally, I don't know. I don't know if I'll ever because I don't really have a long-term plan for YouTube. I kind of always wanted to start a YouTube channel, but I don't know if I have like a long-term plan when it comes to like colorism and stuff. Because some things you can only say it so many times, and you feel like you're repeating yourself. So maybe if there's something in the news, I'll always report on it. But certain things they just are what they are, and I think these channels are important because it calls out certain things, but it's not like I can change racism. I think even EU has said that I can't change racism. I can't change capitalism.